The truth is, most YouTube automation niches suck. But what if I told you that there are some niches that are great for automation? Look, everyone's got YouTube automation completely wrong. They think it's all about pumping out AI-generated slop. But here's the truth. If you're pumping out AI slop, you need to manage 10, 20, maybe even 30 channels to make good money. And that's if you're lucky. But today I'm revealing the top YouTube automation niches that actually make you money with a single channel. And by the end, you'll understand what YouTube automation really means. See, most of the gurus that recommend YouTube automation tell you to make faceless AI content slop that's basically clickbait and doesn't give any value to anybody. And that's exactly why they're broke. But the winners, they automate everything except the moneymaker. So let me show you what actually works. First of all, let's talk about education and test prep. And literally the richest YouTuber in the world is in this niche. And although he didn't start off with YouTube automation, that's exactly what he's doing right now. And that is Physics Walla. So Physics Walla started off as a simple physics teacher on YouTube. And he filmed his videos with an iPhone and a whiteboard background. And the craziest thing is he started off as a poor kid from an Indian village. And after growing his channel and making more money than he would ever need in his entire lifetime, he decided to launch an ed tech company that basically focused on teaching Indian kids how to do hard subjects and how to pass tests. And now this ed tech company is valued at $2.8 billion. And on his channels, he now has guest speakers that do all the work for him. So at this point, even though he didn't start off this way, it is truly automated. And the truth is, education channels in general command premium prices because the stakes are so high. Study guide systems, practice test banks, application templates, these things can all be automated, but parents, they'll pay anything for results for their kids, making sure they understand difficult subjects, making sure they do well on tests, making sure that they get into good schools. Just as an example, one of my clients, Joaquin, helps international students get into Ivy League universities, and he's able to charge thousands of dollars to do this. And that's why he started a tiny channel that got all the way to over $80,000 a month while he was a 19-year-old still in school. But it's not just helping rich kids. You can get rich by helping people with medical school application prep, or standardized test strategies that guarantee score improvements, or just being the best at teaching people how to code. It's all pure gold. Another example is Greg Matt. This guy's a legend. He charges $7.99 a month for GRE prep while competitors charge thousands. And he's automated all the practice questions, but he does teach live. And in his case, it's volume over high ticket. Another example is Super Tutor TV. And this was founded by someone with perfect SAT scores. And this channel has over 20 million views, and when parents see those credentials, they throw money at her. But most of the work is automated and systematized. Now, if you're thinking, Shane, I didn't get perfect SAT scores, or I didn't get into an Ivy League university, these are just extreme examples. There's plenty of people out there that are crushing it helping nurses get into nursing school, or pass their board exams, or just pass difficult classes like organic chemistry. And if you need help figuring out what your ideal niche would be on YouTube, go ahead and book a call down in the description and the pinned comment below. Because just for the next week and only for 10 people, we are actually going to be helping you to pick or refine your niche. And in this call, we'll figure out where you are right now, where you want to be, we'll make a plan to get there, and we'll see if we're a good fit to work together or not. So don't miss out, there's limited spots. Book a call in the description and the pinned comment below. Next is career and professional development. So career content is where the real money is. We're talking resume databases, interview prep systems, networking templates, helping people get into specific careers, helping people pass their interviews, helping to get the right certifications to shape their career path, helping people to get a remote job, helping people to optimize their LinkedIn profile or their portfolio, etc., etc. And everything can be systematized. The most important thing is to pick a very specific type of person and help them get a very specific outcome. And as long as you do that, everything else can be automated and systematized. And the winners focus on high value transitions. For instance, management consulting prep for McKinsey, BCG, or Bain, or tech career transitions that don't require a degree, or executive coaching for women in male-dominated industries. And these specific transformations command $5,000 to $15,000 for premium coaching. Just as an example, one of my clients, Davis, helps people get into management consulting. And when he first started working with me on YouTube, he was basically making zero money. Then he started making $4K per month, then $32K per month, and then scaled all the way to a 7-figure business and fully automated his YouTube channel. And when I say fully automated, I mean he doesn't even record for himself anymore. He has other people do it for him. Another client, Nicole, started working with me when she had 85 subscribers, and she was about to give up on YouTube. And she was making really random mass market education related content related to technology. Once we got her focused on helping women get into high paying cybersecurity roles, which is what she did herself, and so it makes a lot of sense for her to coach other people to do the same thing, she shot got all the way up to over $80,000 a month. Now, she automated the technical training, but her story of being a woman in a male-dominated career and being able to switch into a higher-paying career resonates with a lot of people out there. Now, when it comes to education and career coaching, there's a lot of like whiteboard hand drawing channels out there. For instance, I made this video, What is Marketing, just to test out the faceless stuff, and it was pretty slow when I first posted it, but then it got hundreds of thousands of views and made thousands of dollars. Now, by the way, guys, if you're curious about how I've grown this YouTube channel and how I make these videos so entertaining yet educational, I am going to be hosting a live YouTube training on Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I basically just revealed the exact strategies that I used to grow my channel to multiple six figures per month. So that's another free training for you. All right, the next niche that is great when it comes to YouTube automation is personal finance and investing. So personal finance content is perfect for systemization. There's market analysis templates, there's trading journals, there's investment calculators, then there's groups, courses, coaching programs, there's software that you can launch. I mean, there is a million different ways that you can monetize this niche. In fact, it's one of the easiest niches to monetize in my opinion. And there's lots of opportunities for YouTube automation. For instance, you could cover the news, or you could do day trading education for options or Forex, or you could do cryptocurrency for complete beginners, or retirement planning for millennials, or retirement planning for baby boomers. But the key here is to show real results, not promises. For instance, there's finance YouTubers like Graham Stephan or Meet Kevin that have made over $10 million a year just from YouTube alone. In fact, there was one year where Meet Kevin was making $3 million a month. Now, he did automate and streamline a lot of the processes, but he didn't automate the things that actually matter. And there are a million examples of automated or faceless channels like the Swedish Investor, if you don't want to be pumping out news content all the time. But in a niche where trust is incredibly important, a lot of the time it's a better idea to show your face and showcase your personality. And this is something that changes from niche to niche, and honestly, you just need to talk to somebody who's seen it a million times, because I can't tell you what the best thing to do is unless I know what your situation is, what you're trying to achieve, and what niches you're going into and the types of content formats that you're going to try to make. So again, book a call in the description in the pinned comment below. All right, next is educational historical content. And this is one of my favorite niches, and a great channel in this niche is Oversimplified. Now, if you haven't seen this channel, you should definitely check them out at some point after you watch this video, of course. But yeah, Oversimplified is a great animated historical channel. And I might be exaggerating a bit, but I think they get over 10 million views every single video. And they basically just make these animated videos about historical events or World War II or the French Revolution or ancient Rome or Genghis Khan, etc. And yes, this is a channel that you can fully automate. But one of the problems with these types of channels is they can make a ton of money from AdSense. And there's a few other ways they can make money like sponsorships, but these types of channels do struggle to monetize beyond AdSense. And one of the reasons is because they're faceless, so there's low trust. But the other reason is because the channel doesn't solve any big problems for people. The only real problem it solves is boredom. And sure, you do learn a little bit about history here and there, but that's not a super painful problem. But with that being said, this is a channel that you can fully automate and you can still make a ton of money from AdSense and sponsorships. For instance, here's how much Oversimplified makes from AdSense per month and also sponsorships. Now, these are estimates, but they're relatively close. But one thing I want to stress here is YouTube automation isn't about being faceless, right? When people hear faceless YouTube and YouTube automation, sometimes they think it's the same thing, and that's not true. What it's about is creating systems. Think about it. Alex Hormozi only records content once a month for YouTube. Once a month. How? He's automating everything else. The script writing, the editing, the thumbnails, the publishing, it's all systematized. And he just shows up and records. That's real automation. And honestly, I think this is the best of both worlds because you get all the advantages of having a personal brand where people actually trust you and they see you as an authority, so they're much more likely to buy your stuff, and it's easier to get views and subscribers, but you also get all the upsides of YouTube automation. And I call this the hybrid personal brand. And this is exactly what I've done with my main channel. In order to maintain my 1 million subscriber channel, all I have to do is record once per month. And I've gotten it down to the point where I only have to spend 1 hour a week on the channel. So I basically get all the upside of YouTube automation and all the upside of having a personal brand without the downside. And this is what all the smartest content creators in the world are doing right now. But you have to have a system to do this, right? You have to properly utilize social media, but also automations, proper systems, and streamlining things, and of course, AI. But when you master those things, you can get it to the point where you're not spending all that much much time on your channel. Basically, all you have to do is record, and you could just hire somebody else to do that for you. Like my client Thomas, who already had a 7-figure business, but he was spending 8 hours per video, meaning if he was doing 3 videos a week, he was spending 24 hours a week on his channel. And he fully automated everything, and he actually has other people recording for him as well. And now he spends 0 hours a week on his channel, and all that time that he freed up allowed him to scale his business to 8 figures a year. So this is the sweet spot right now, and this is real YouTube automation. This is what all of the biggest people in the world, all the heavy hitters on YouTube are doing. So again, check the link in the description and the pinned comment below to see if your YouTube channel or your idea would work with this. And finally, my favorite YouTube automation niche is do-it-yourself / how-to education. Now, to be fair, the career stuff and also the education stuff could fall under this category as well. But basically, the people that are absolutely crushing it over and over again when I go to business conferences or when I meet people who are making a lot of money on YouTube, most of them are in the how-to or do-it-yourself education niche. And most of them are selling high-ticket products and services because that's where the real money is. It's in specific transformations. Just as an example, one of my clients, Sean, was basically stuck working way too many hours on his YouTube channel, and he got stuck making 10 to 30K per month for many years. After just a couple months of working with me, he scaled all the way up to $180,000 a month. And after 9 months of working with me, he scaled all the way to over $500,000 a month. And the biggest breakthroughs came from implementing YouTube automation, automating the stuff that he was already doing repetitively over and over again, and then focusing on only the things that were really important or only the things that he could do. And then the second thing we did is we focused on properly monetizing his channel. So this is really the strength of YouTube, right? You can teach people how to solve the same problems that you solved in the past. So in the case of Sean, for instance, he teaches people how to do Amazon KDP or Kindle Direct Publishing. Basically, he teaches them how to publish and market books. And there are a million other examples of people doing this. For instance, there's probably thousands of YouTubers out there making a full-time income. Some of them are making millions of dollars a year just simply teaching people how to code. And there's all kinds of different languages and frameworks and softwares and tools and different CRMs that people use, etc. And yes, it's kind of boring. You know, a lot of people probably think that's pretty boring, but it makes a ton of money. Why? Because you're actually solving massive problems that people have and you're creating a massive amount of value. Now, don't get me wrong. You can make money creating brain rot on YouTube, but YouTube hates that and they are actively banning channels that do that. So you might do a ton of work to get a channel up to 100,000 or 1,000,000 subscribers and making a really good amount of money, maybe $10,000 a month or even $50,000 a month, but then YouTube cuts off your monetization and bans you. And that sucks. So instead, make content that actually helps people. Make content that gives value. And when you do that, there's 1,000 different ways that you can monetize it. You're not just stuck making money from AdSense or sponsorships. You can make money from affiliate marketing, low-ticket digital products, medium-ticket courses, high-ticket coaching, consulting, or online services, or even an agency. You could even launch a massive startup like Physics Walla, right? If you want to, you don't have to think little. You can think big. So real talk, I can only take on a few people each month, and we are only doing 10 calls, right? 10 calls total where we will help you to either choose your niche or dial your niche in, because even people that have been making a ton of money for a long time, a lot of the time, they don't have their niche dialed in. That's one of the main things that we help Sean with, for instance. So if you want help building your automated YouTube business, the free call spots are going to go fast, so book it right now. Grab yours while you can, link below, and also check out this video interview that we did with our client Sean, who we helped get to over $500,000 a month by clicking right here.